Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. We've got a really exciting mission ahead of us today. We are going to completely demystify the German language and prove to you, yes, you, just how incredibly logical its pronunciation actually is. If you've ever stared down a massive, intimidating German word and felt a little bit overwhelmed, well, you're in exactly the right place. By the end of this session, you're going to see that German isn't some chaotic random puzzle. It's actually a perfectly structured, highly predictable system that's just waiting for you to unlock it.
So think about the classic beginner's dilemma. As English speakers, we naturally try to sound out new words using English rules. We might look at German words and guess something like hello or please. But here's the beautiful thing about German. It is highly, remarkably consistent. Unlike English, which is completely full of silent letters and bizarre rule exceptions, German is phonetic. In German, what you see is exactly what you say. Hallo is hallo, bitte is bitte. It really is that straightforward.
Okay, here is our clear roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the building blocks. Second, the cheat code rules for pronunciation. Third, we'll dive into essential vocabulary. And finally, culture and scenarios.
Section 1. The building blocks. Demystifying the alphabet and special characters.
The truly great news here is that the German alphabet uses the exact same 26 letters as English. You already know the vast majority of the board. But to sound genuinely authentic, there are just 4 unique special characters that you need to master. We've got the A, the the U, and the sharp. I actually want you to say these out loud with me right now, wherever you are. The A sounds like a longer E in the word bed. The O and U, well, those require you to round your lips a bit. But I really want to highlight that last one, the ezit. It looks incredibly intimidating, kind of like a capital B with the tail, but it simply sounds like a sharp double S. Think of the word Straße, meaning street. It's not Straße, it's Straße. Just a sharp S. Once you get that, the fear completely vanishes.
Moving right along to Section 2, the cheat code. The 8 golden rules of German pronunciation.
Get ready, because this is the most powerful tool a beginner can build. It's literally a linguistic cheat code that's going to unlock your ability to read almost anything out loud perfectly. Let's tackle consonants first. You just have to swap out your English expectations for these new German realities. Rule 2. V sounds like F. Rule 3. W sounds like V. Just think of a W driving a vrooming car. Rule 4. J sounds like Y. Remember, J is for yodel. And Rule 5, Z sounds like the TS in pizza. Apply these rules right now. Take the German word for father, spelled V-A-T-E-R. Applying Rule 2, it instantly becomes Vater. Simple, right?
That exact same consistency applies to vowels and vowel combinations. When you see EI, it sounds like I, as in nein, meaning no. When you see IE, it sounds like E, as in V, meaning how. But pay very close attention to Rule 8. This is absolutely massive. In German, the final E at the end of a word is never, ever silent. It is always spoken as a soft E. So the word for please, spelled B-I-T-T-E, is absolutely not bit. It is bitte. In German, every single letter earns its keep.
Section 3, essential vocabulary. Greetings, farewells, and courtesy.
So, armed with those phonetic cheat codes we just learned, you are totally ready to tackle daily greetings. We've got hello, guten Morgen, guten Tag, guten Abend, and gute Nacht. Try practicing these greetings out loud with me and notice how the stress almost always falls on that very first syllable. It's not guten, it's guten. Guten Morgen. That little shift is exactly what makes the language sound so punchy, clear, and incredibly rhythm-driven.
Now, what about when it's time to leave? Let's look at farewells. The formal standard is Auf Wiedersehen. If you break that down phonetically based on our new rules, it's Auf Wiedersehen. Easy enough. But for informal, everyday situations, you'll mostly just use tschüss. Remember the fun phonetic trick for choose from our sources? You simply choose to say goodbye. It sounds practically identical to the English word choose.
You know, sometimes bizarre memory tricks are the absolute best way to lock vocabulary permanently into your brain. For instance, donkey is the German word for thank you. If you just remember the animal donkey, but without the long E at the end, making it donkey, you will literally never forget how to say thank you in German. Seriously, don't forget to thank your donkey.
This logical system extends right into essential courtesy phrases too. We have bitte for please, and this tut mir leid for I am sorry. But what about that giant word for excuse me or sorry, Entschuldigung? Wow, that looks terrifying, right? Well, let's apply our cheat code. Break down this long word phonetically. Entschuldigung. Think of the English word school right smack in the middle. Suddenly, Entschuldigung becomes entirely manageable.
Finally, Section 4, Culture and Scenarios, Real-World German. All right, it's time to take our new vocabulary straight out of the classroom, because Germany is spoken across 3 major European countries, and context matters deeply. In Germany, a firm handshake and a standard Hallo or Guten Tag are totally expected. But if you travel south to Austria, you're going to hear Servus among friends, or Grüß Gott in more formal settings. Cross the border into Switzerland, and a casual Hoi or Sally works beautifully. However, no matter where you are geographically, remember this golden cultural rule. A professional setting always requires formal titles like Herr for Mr. or Frau for Mrs., followed by their surname. Let's actually see this in action. I want you to imagine walking into your very first language class in Cologne. Layla opens the conversation flawlessly using the exact basic rules we just learned. She says, Hallo, ich heiße Layla. Wie heißt du? Which means, hello, my name is Layla. What is your name? Notice how she uses that intimidating S-set character perfectly to say heiße. And Tom responds completely naturally. Hallo Layla, ich bin Tom. Freut mich. He replies with freut mich, which translates to nice to meet you. This proves perfectly that just a handful of terms allows for a polite, highly natural introduction. You really don't need a massive dictionary to make a great first impression. You just need the right foundational blocks.
Now let's level up to a formal, real-world scenario. Imagine you're arriving at a fancy hotel reception in Vienna. The receptionist greets you, Guten Abend, Willkommen im Hotel Mozart. Wie heißen Sie bitte? Even this formal hotel check-in is totally accessible to you right now. It translates to, Good evening, welcome to Hotel Mozart, what is your name please? This uses only the beginner vocabulary we covered today. You literally already have all the tools to understand and reply to this.
So this brings us to a very important final question. After completing this explainer, when you travel to Berlin or Vienna or Zurich, and a local looks at you and asks, Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Do you speak German? Are you going to freeze up? Or are you going to smile, remember your golden pronunciation rules, remember your donkeys and your pizzas, and confidently, accurately reply, Ja, ein bisschen. Yes, a little bit. Because after today, you